Hey Aqua, how are y'all doing? Oh my gosh, y'all, it's been a month since we had a chit chat. I know it's been that's not normal. We are back on schedule. So guess what? Forgive me. Let's put all that in the past. I'm back here with you. I'm not gonna be doing that this time. And I know how Aquas are, y'all are very mental, so you picked up on the fact I said this time. Like, what the hell does that mean? What is saying talking about this time? What's going on? Oh my gosh, y'all. We got Mars Retrograde coming up on September the 9th. Now, if you've been with me for a while, or if you're new, what you will learn about me is that I love the transits of the planets. I love retrograde energy, full moons, eclipses. I do readings around those outside of my normal ones. And for this one, I wanted to wait a little bit. This is why this reading was not posted at the beginning of the month. I needed some time to get closer to the energy so that I'll be able to guide you guys and give you more clarification based on what's coming up, okay? So now, at this point, I usually say let's get into it, but I'm asking Aquarius that you give me some time, okay? This intro will be longer, but it will be informative. Can you do that? Don't click out, don't do that right now. Just stay here, listen to me, hear me out, okay? Just hear me out, okay? Mars retrograde is special. It intrigues me. It happens every 2 years. It's a long one too. It's for 10 to 11 weeks. And usually though, like how most retrogrades happen, we get a little shook up and then we move forward. But these particular retrogrades, when they occur every 2 years for Mars, it affects a different house for everybody. And even if you don't have any planets in that house, the themes of that house you will be affected by, okay? So, for you, what's your house? What's your lucky number? It's 3. The third house. The third house affects something that you are amazing at too. Communication. Siblings. And it affects short trips. This is the house of the conscious mind. What you constantly think about. What is that? Communication. We do that all day. Siblings. If you have them, you love them, right? Short trips. And when I say short trips, I mean transportation. It could affect your car. You could be getting a new car. Things could happen, I don't know. But the reason this intro is so long is because I want to give you some details about some stuff to look out for during this retrograde, in case you don't want to go research the third house and what it represents, okay? Now, what does Aquarius need to be on the lookout for? What do you need to spy? What do you need to do, okay? What could affect you? You could be dealing with some pent-up anger. You may be dealing with some passive aggressiveness. I'm sorry, y'all. Maybe from you or from people around you. Your neighbors, third house affects them too. Okay? You may have a neighbor you want to stomp, but we can't do that, y'all. Remember, this ain't a purge. Just they may get on your nerves. Okay? Then you may have missed appointments. There may be stuff that you get too late. There are gonna be delays. There are gonna be setbacks. You'll be frustrated, but these delays and these setbacks are for a reason, okay? You may get mad in the moment that you're late about something, but guess what? You probably were late because you woke up late and you're like, oh man, I'll be 10 minutes late. But that 10 minutes probably saved you from something down the road. Look at these setbacks and delays like that, okay? Let me see. You may fall back from socializing. Your communication will change. You will be impatient with other people. And the one thing you're going to be impatient with is their opinions, especially if they don't back them with facts. So you may be getting into some little small arguments here and there, maybe even with strangers, like I said, neighbors, even with your siblings. You may communicate with them differently because they get on your nerves. You will be impatient with other people. Your patience is going to be like this. Just like that. That's all you're going to be able to give people. Your personal interest for certain things may wane. Like you may start not having enthusiasm to do the stuff you used to do. If a setback or a delay happens with a project that you're working on, you may just decide to abandon it instead of reworking it. Don't do that. Instead of abandoning it, let's take a break from it, rework, and then go back to it when you're feeling up to it. Because you've made progress. That's what I want y'all to recognize during this retrograde is your progress, okay? How you communicate with people. How people communicate with you based on what you put out. What energy are you giving to these people? What energy are they giving to you? This is a time of reassessing. Your siblings, what do? Why they aggravating you? What is the communication? What's wrong with that? Your neighbor that you can't stand, what are they doing? Think on your part and stuff instead of other people's part and stuff. But again, watch out for people in their anger. Somebody may come forward and tell you that you did something to them 3 years ago and they want some resolution. Don't go off. It's a thing. Remember retrogrades, we revisit stuff. Stuff could pop up, okay? So now, let's get into your reading. Thank you for your patience. I'm going to start off, as usual, with the Soul's Journey message. Then we're going to get into clarifying 4 areas of your life. That's personal, love life, work life, and family life. Failure, Aquarius. Failure says, I understand that a mistake is an opportunity to learn. I can't get a feeling y'all got this card before in like past readings or something, but either way, that's neither here or there. Let me shut up. Let's keep moving. Okay. Now this starts on September the 9th, the retrograde, and it goes through November the 13th, you guys, okay? After November the 13th, it's going to station direct, but it's going to retrace its steps all the way through the beginning of the year. That's why I'm saying focus on your communication, because whatever you do and whatever conversations you start, have, arguments, anything, they will affect you going into the new year. Could affect you for the next 2 years. Could bring about some type of transformation, okay? For personal, we have the 3 of Wands. Expanding, y'all. But expanding what? We'll find out. For love, Temperance is in reverse. There is no balance and you don't want any balance. For your work life, we got the 6 of Wands in reverse. You don't feel appreciated, feeling underappreciated. For home life, you got the King of Swords. Trying to be clear in your communication, but you're not putting any feeling in it. That's kind of hard to do with your family, y'all. Okay? And at home. Then another overall energy is the Knight of Wands in reverse. I don't like that energy. Maybe you thinking about how situations played out, how people do stuff like running in and out your life. You may have deceptive energy around you, and you're just paying attention to that. Like I said, you're going to have issues with some pent-up anger and impatience. You could be that Knight of Wands. You could be the one running around now being different from what people used to you being. Okay. First card out for personal is the King of Wands. Okay, like I said, you had the 3 of Wands, want to expand something. Moving forward, we got that 7 of Swords in reverse. You're thinking about putting down roots somewhere. You're wanting to move forward on your own. Okay, even though the planet Mars is going to be in retrograde, not you, your passion will not die down for whatever it is you had planned prior to this retrograde. You're looking forward to expanding your life in a different way because of some type of betrayal that came out. That betrayal is on your mind even though it happened in the past, but it's fueling you, okay? That Page of Pentacles in reverse could be waiting on a message about money that's due to you or somebody that owes you and is holding you up with your expansion. The last card we have out is the Devil in reverse. You left something toxic as hell. And now you're in control of your own situation. You want to expand. You want to do something different. You want to rebuild your life. The Aquariuses are out there thinking to themselves after a bad period or something that happened in their past, something that they didn't like, something that felt like a failure. Now you're harnessing this disappointment and turning it into something that drives you to do better for yourself, to rebuild yourself in a whole new way. That King of Wands energy is you sitting there with your rod, looking towards the future, looking towards all the stuff that you know is coming to you, the stuff you plan, the stuff you put into motion, and you're ready. It's just something financial holding you back. You're waiting on something to be released. You've released yourself from some toxicity, though. You could have been dealing with somebody that had an addiction. You could have been dealing with somebody that did toxic shit. Right? And they obviously very toxic. You could have been in a love situation or a relationship where you were dealing with the sneaky person. Like I said, we got the Swords, the 7 of Swords in reverse. So something you already know about. You know it was treacherous. You know it was backstabbing. And usually this card means somebody's stealing. It's like a thief. But people don't just steal items or money. They can steal your peace. They can steal your time. And that's the most valuable asset we have. Somebody came in and stole time from you. And at one point, you didn't even know how toxic it was. And now, in the month of September, you know that that energy can't come back in your life no more. It's gone, it's done, and you've released it, and you're not taking it with you. You're looking towards the brighter horizons. You're moving towards that, Aquarius, and I'm proud of you. Your mind space is taking a failure and turning it into your success. Now that's what I'm talking about, okay? Now for love life, we got Temperance in reverse. Major here, so that means some imbalance that had to happen for you to see yourself and move forward. We will clarify. All right, Aqua, first card out is the Sun, okay? Some type of happiness is coming from this imbalance. Just keep going, though. Page of Cups. Small situation where you're feeling like, oh, I got some love here, I got some support a little bit. Knight of Swords. Some information coming towards you from an unlikely source. Yep, Queen of Wands, here we go. We got this whole drive. You got a lot of drive going on this month, okay? It's a lot of drive going on this month, and it all comes from dealing with a person in your past. You're happy. You've let something go. Y'all let something go. Something that made you feel like it was a letdown, or that you didn't, that maybe you could have done more about it. You realizing now that that situation was never going to be balanced, and it was because it wasn't meant for you. You're looking at this as, I'm being divinely protected, not rejected. And you're happy about it, and now you're thinking about in the future having a relationship. But right now, nothing serious. You maybe have people around you that you're just talking to. You could have people around you that you're telling them, I just want to be friends, I don't want anything else. Or you may be in a place where you feel like you're healing your heart. You're going to get to that point where you can offer somebody your cup again, you know. And somebody is coming towards you with some information, and you're going to stand in your power about it. You probably had somebody in your past, like an unlikely source. This is the thing. Some information will be revealed to you this month about this imbalance, but it's not going to throw you off task. You're still going to stay in your Queen of Wands energy. You're still going to stand strong. You're going to be strategic. You're going to use your intuition. You're going to realize that, listen, I may have lost that battle, but I didn't win the war with this love situation, and I'm moving forward with my life to correct things, okay? You're not going to get caught up in the drama. Regardless of what information comes towards you about a person that you have some feelings about or anything, you're not going to take anything at face value, especially when it's love, because of what has already happened to you in your past. You've dealt with imbalance already, and you're trying to get yourself turned back up and repaired, okay? You're trying to get yourself back to a position where you feel like you can nurture love again. No, you don't want to be stuck. You're trying to stay in your Queen of Wands energy. You could have been dealing with a Leo or a Capricorn, even a Sagittarius. There could be some key players that could be significant to you, okay? For your work life, Aquarius, we have the Six of Wands in reverse, okay? First card out is the World in reverse. Is a cycle that's never ending. Like maybe you've been doing the same type of job and you don't feel like you're getting acknowledged for it, and you're tired. And I got a King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, there could be some type of communication issues at work, and you're ready for this to end. We got the Death card. It's divinely guided for you to move forward, but maybe in a different direction. King of Cups in reverse. Something that whatever you do for work, you're doing it because it earns you money. And right now you feel like because of the situation, the climate, and what I mean by that is the pandemic and things going on, that you can't move forward from this position right now. You're feeling that it's no strategy that would get you to a position where you'll be happy. You could have been doing something for a very long time in the same profession. Or you went to school for a certain profession, and now that you're working in it, you don't like it anymore. Or you feel like it isn't fulfilling. You could be feeling underappreciated at work, undervalued. Like people don't even see the work you put in, and they don't care. And you could be the type that picks up shifts. You could be the type that does all the extra work, and people will tell you, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. But that's as far as this goes. Okay, it's some empty words, maybe even empty promises. People telling you you're on your way to promotion, but you haven't seen the promotion. And that ain't just because of the pandemic. This could have been going on for years at this point. And you realizing that this cycle is never ending, and that the acknowledgement that you deserve at work, you're not receiving. And so you want to end your job situation, but at the same time, you want to do something that you will be emotionally invested in, but you know it's not this. You just don't know which direction to go when it comes to work. So for right now, you're staying put. You know it's going to end. Your employer probably don't know it. If you're self-employed, you could be dealing with situations where you're not getting clientele. You could feel like you're not being noticed. You could feel like you're not getting the word out there, like people aren't trying to come towards you and patronize you. And this is a never-ending cycle for you. you know, since you started the project or since you started whatever this is that you're doing for self-employment, you could be feeling that maybe you need to rethink your strategy, that maybe what you decided to do isn't really meant for you and you may want to end it or abandon it. Like I said, there's going to be some Aquariuses out there that are going to consider abandoning a project because it's not giving them the results they want. The advice for that is don't think about the expectations of stuff, okay? Like this feels like, oh, I'm not happy right now, so I'm just going to let it go. If this is self-employment, it's not about expectations. What you can do, though, is go back to the drawing board, rethink the situation, rework it in another way to find a way to give your product to the world that makes you happy, but also gets you clientele, brings in income. But ending something about the way you do your business, okay? This is about strategy, revisiting, reorganizing, but not abandoning. Put it to the side, take a break from it, but not abandoning it. Your feelings right now could be closed off from a lot of stuff. So with your work situation, like I said, you just don't feel like you're being recognized for what you do to make money. You don't think it's giving you what you need, and you feel like it's a never-ending cycle, and you want it to end. Now, for family, we have this King of Swords upright. You ain't giving your emotions to people, but you definitely telling them how you feel. You're being direct and very clear. Nobody can sit there and tell you they don't know what you mean. You are speaking clearly, at least when it comes to your family life. And people that live under your roof are people that you're related to, people that you're married to, are either people you're sharing children with. Whoever you consider family, you're making sure you speak your piece and you speaking it very clearly without any emotion. Now, how they take that, we're about to find out, okay? We got the Ace of Cups here. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Judgment in reverse. And then the High Priestess in reverse. You got some majors. There's something going on in your family life. Well, you're looking at it in a way where you want to remove your emotions from it. It's something that you do care about deeply, like you did. It was something you cared about a lot. You know, like you could have a lot of love for your children, but there could be something going on in your situation, or the person you share your kids with and you're trying to hold back. Somebody is holding back financially. There is a delay in seeing this for what it is. You feel like communicating without putting any feelings into it, that's the best way to go. It could be just one wording somebody that you're dealing with in your family, or people you consider family. You may have switched up your communication. Like I said, you feel like you want to pull back some. And it's because you're working on yourself. You're trying to pour into yourself. You're trying to rebuild yourself emotionally. You're trying to give that love to yourself that you get to other people. So you are holding back, not just financially. You're holding back, period, from a lot of things. You could be waiting for some money from somebody in your family and they're holding back on it. Hey, that could be a thing too for an Aquarius out there. We have this Judgment card in reverse, so there's a lesson here that needs to be learned. But in order for you to learn the lesson and get past this stage, focus on how you communicate. Okay? Focus on how you view this situation. When you remove your feelings from it, is it really helping? You know, and I'm not saying that if you're dealing with somebody who you're angry with at home that you should tell them, I can't stand you, I wish you would go somewhere and get out of my face type of thing. But maybe communicating more compassionately with people. Watch the way you talk to yourself. The things we tell ourselves are just as damaging as what other people tell us. So be very careful of how you speak to yourself in relation to what's going on within your home life or your family life, okay? You want to get back to a place where you feel emotionally fulfilled. You're trying to get back to a full cup. But there is a lot going on. Like I said, you got this financial situation on hold. There could be an Aquarius out here that's waiting on a judgment for like a divorce or some type of something family related. Like it could be something held up in the courts that you're waiting on a decision with, and you know it'll make you happy and give you some freedom. You feel like there are things hidden from you about this aspect of your life that affects your family, okay? There's something hidden in it that you can't tap into. And I feel like you see it clearly, Aquarius, but at the same time, it could be something that's too painful to really deal with. So you're holding back, not only just holding back financially, you holding back how you feel about a lot of stuff, and you're keeping things to yourself when it comes to how you relate to your family, your siblings. people like your neighbors, partners, and things like that. Somebody waiting on a judgment. They waiting on something to be ruled on. Some type of decision needs to be made so that they can move forward with their lives. And they're trying to look at this thing logically because they've already hurt too much over it. And it's affected your finances too, Aqua. So as a recap, y'all, remember, failure is what's going to be on your mind. But for y'all taking all the bad and y'all transmuting it into gold. Y'all spending this time frame for September being alchemists, turning things that you would think were impossible into opportunities, turning into something that drives you instead of holds you back, taking things that would normally depress people, putting them somewhere else and saying, let me keep going because I can't control this. Y'all have mastered this month. If you haven't mastered it yet, you will master for September the art of not taking stuff personal. And I think that's amazing. Stay in your energy. Keep moving forward. Y'all know what's best for you and only you, okay? If you feel like you're second guessing yourself, you're feeling anxious, or that you need to be more cautious, take a step back. Use your logical mind and come up with another plan of attack, okay? You got this. You do, Aquarius. You got it. I know you do. I love y'all, and I'll see you soon.